And we're Shady Spring football player Bryson Pinardo. Bryson, today you're announcing signing with Glenville State. Just talk about your decision on why you chose Glenville.
I love their academics that they have there in the small classes. The 16 a person classes is really nice for me because I like a small learning environment, and just their athletic facilities were awesome, along with their campus, and so it felt like home.
You played some running back here. You're obviously a linebacker, an all-state linebacker, and I think you led the state in tackles this past season. Where do they project you on the defensive side?
Really, they just said, we're going to play you where we need you, running back or linebacker, being able to be a dual threat. So,
is there one you prefer? I mean, I think you told me before you do like the defensive, you don't like to hit people.
Yeah, I do like the defensive side, but I also love running the ball too. So either or is just a great time.
You kind of came through a bit. I think you had your best game as a running back against Pikeview when you guys needed to win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been pretty special for you to, I think, 4 or 5 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, it was like 4 touchdowns, 128 yards, which was my personal best. It doubled my whole season running in one game, so it was a good time.
You got a good shot. What would, if you look back on your career here, what would the highlight be at Shady Spring for you? I mean, you had like record-breaking tackle games. I mean, is it one of those? What would be?
Honestly, it was the family environment that we had here. We were all brothers around here, and we all loved hanging out with each other, from the coaches to the players. Just the everyday showing up to practice and being able to hang out with those guys was definitely my favorite part.
We talked about this before, but I wanted to ask you again to describe your mentality on the football field. I mean, you have said and told me in the past, I'm not the biggest guy, but just explain your philosophy to people who haven't seen you play and don't know what it takes to have a 30 tackle game.
Like you said, I'm not the biggest guy on the field, and I probably won't be, but I will give about everything I can give, 110% whistle to whistle. And that's what I think sets me apart from a lot of other guys. Is if the play's on the other side of the field, they won't chase it, but me, I'm chasing the ball because I gotta get down there too.
How many times can you remember actually chasing a guy down where you did make a tackle where, if you thought about it, I probably wouldn't have made that tackle had I not hustled after the play?
Quite a few. A lot of teams ran away from my side, and so we had to chase that. Had to have that pursuit angle to be able to chase them down.
You have, I know at least one 30 tackle. Was it 36? I think
it was 30, 32, something like that.
32 tackles in a game, which is crazy. What do you, when you're in a game like that, all that contact? It's almost like a lineman where you have contact on every play. What's playing in a game like that? What's that like to get have a 32 tackle game?
I mean, it's always nice, however, when I had that game.
Happening?
No, not at all. When they told me that, I was like, really? I definitely didn't expect that, and it's because you just got to keep going, you don't really think about the play before, you just think about your next play.
Do you have any goals for when you go to Glenville? Was there anything you'd like to accomplish?
Not really, other than just get bigger, and be able to help the team and be a beneficial part to that team.
It sounds to me, too, like you're going to really go and concentrate on the academic side. Is that one of the important? You mentioned that as a reason why you chose it, man, because they fit your needs for smaller classes. But is that something you're really going to concentrate on?
Yeah, the first part of the student athlete is that student part. So academics has been for me because Southern West Virginia, we're not going to the NFL. We're going to better us, to have a good time playing football, and to be able to get a good education. So that's definitely a big reason.
Do you think that your whistle-to-whistle mentality is one of the things that, I don't know if you talked to them about this, one of the things that made them start liking your game and say, we maybe want to offer this guy?
I haven't talked to them specifically about it, but I mean, I'm sure because I want to give them all I can. Like I said, whistle to whistle. So hopefully they see something.
Is there a reason that you play that way? I mean, was it a size thing? A lot of guys smaller, I know where you're coming from in that regard. Was there a chip there? Is there a reason that became your mentality as a player?
It was just what my parents put in me. From midget league all the way up, it was you go whistle to whistle and you give everything you can. Because at the end of the day, you want to walk away from the game saying you gave it all.
Is there any time when the guys opponent would say, "Man, you're everywhere." I mean, what's the best comment you've heard out there?
I don't really know. You don't really. I don't talk to a lot of the guys out there. We do after the game and stuff, but as far as talking to them about how I play, I don't really say much.
Afterward, were there?
Yeah. Talking to different teams, different coaches, saying good game afterwards. You were all over the field, hard to run away from you. Just stuff like that was nice to hear.
That must make you know you're doing things the right way.
Yeah. When Vince Colasoto's dad came up to me and said that I had a good game that day, that meant a lot to me because he is a well-renowned coach around here, and it just made me feel good.
Was that the 32 tackle game or?
I don't remember. I think it was after the Ripley game last year before.
Do you remember the 32 tackle was against?
I do not remember. No.
So obviously the numbers aren't really important.
Yeah. Everybody talks about your stats, but to me, stats are nice, but wins are how your team looks. So that's how we look. So.
Okay. Hey Bryson, I appreciate the time. Good luck at Glenville.
Thank you.
Keeping an eye on your career.
Yes, sir. Thank you.